What's good everyone, it's Smudger here. Apologies for the delay for this, but I do have the patch notes up in front of me now, ready to go through them. There's been some pretty big changes, so we're going to kind of speed through the more general ones that we already know about, the stuff that we were expecting, and to get to the really good stuff. I will have videos out on the 2 new bundles that have also dropped later on today. I am trying to stagger them a bit so you guys don't get overwhelmed. I'm also working on a video for the new SMG, the PPSh, SH. Whenever I read it, I just think of that meme where it's like, how do you get your cat to come to you? And it's like, psh, 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 psh. I need sleep, I think is the takeaway from there. Regardless, let's have a look at these. So, scrolling up, the hunt for Adler starts when Warzone, the new map, starts. I will have videos on how to complete all the challenges as soon as I figure out how to do them. Up ASAP, so they will be coming out either later this evening or first thing tomorrow morning. Do keep an eye out for them. I'm losing my voice, I've been speaking so much this morning. Of course, we get a new battle pass. Tier 15 and tier 31 are the ones to look out for, really. We know the new map is coming. I will be streaming it at 8 PM tonight because that's when it's dropping, just as a little FYI. Some PC stuff I do not understand has been changed. End of game open mic has been turned off for modes with infinite respawn mechanics. That's a shame because it was toxic as fuck. Player rank will now display the correct rank icons in the after action report. Loot that spawns across Verdansk has once again been updated. Fine, whatever. Now exclusively consists of Cold War weapons, including the new sniper and SMG. Only legendary weapons will spawn as blueprints. I don't think I agree with this. I understand that slowly Cold War is going to become the main game, is going to be, you know, only Cold War. I don't know how I feel about them taking all Modern Warfare loot guns out though. I think you could have reduced the frequency of them even more, but like not take them out altogether. Sticking a player with Semtex will now always down them, which is quite interesting. Players no longer take armor, bypassing damage when using a right shield and facing an active thermite. Some mono order has been added, bug fixes, Cold War barrels where hip spread and ADS idle sway have been increased when they shouldn't have, ZRG 20mm optics have been fixed, some loot has been fixed. If a player is downed when switching to a gunner seat, they would become invincible and or invulnerable, so that's nice they fixed that. A bug causing a random operator selection option to only select coalition operators. I was having this issue. A bug causing Baker's 4th operator mission to not track properly. A bug causing certain operator models to appear headless when using the FFAR. Cold War weapons have had their ammo names updated. The FFAR has been updated its crosshairs to match other assault rifles. Of course, we do get the 2 new weapons, 2 new weapon unlock challenges for the previous season's weapons. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The AK-47, the recoil pattern has been adjusted, and I tried this out about an hour ago in Rebirth, and it feels a lot more now like it hits like the AMAX does almost. It's still a bit bouncier at range, still a little bit hard to control, but it definitely feels more manageable. Feels like it hits like the AMAX a fair bit. I can see it becoming, you know, a decent gun, like a top tier gun, moving out of those really, really low ranks where it was just useless. The Pharah, they've increased damage. Maximum damage decreased though by 2, not really a big deal. Maximum damage range increased, recoil pattern adjusted. Similarly with the AK, they've tried to do the same to the Pharah. Now the FFAR has been nerfed, so it's had damage decreased, damage range decreased, neck damage multiplier reduced, upper torso multiplier reduced, ADS speed decreased slightly. So they have nerfed it. They've already nerfed the FFAR once. I think that it's still a good gun. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's meta anymore. I think there's definitely going to be some other guns coming to the forefront. The Roze, the recoil got increased slightly because some people were saying that was going to be the new meta. Upper torso damage multiplier has been reduced as well. It is more of a precaution, like they say here. We expect in the absence of the FFAR, the Roze would rise to take its place. So they're trying to encounter for that meta already. The Krig, they have increased a few damage multipliers, and that is pretty much it. Not really viable within Warzone still. QBZ, move speed increase, ADS move speed increase, neck damage multiplier increase, upper torso damage multiplier increase. The QBZ is a dope weapon. I think it's slept on a lot. It's a really, really good weapon. Especially as like a sniper support. It's really, really cool. The LC-10, the bullet velocity has actually been increased, and the maximum damage for the MAC-10 has been decreased by 1. I wouldn't expect that to change the MAC-10 so much. It's still a very, very, very good gun. Expect to see a lot of people running that now. While this change only brings the MAC-10's time to kill up by about 10%, we think this is a good place to start encouraging exploration in the SMG category. The exploration they want you to go to is the new SMG, the PPSh. The Pellington, ADS speed increase, I don't think it needed that. Raise time increase slightly. The TAC rifle, so this is the AUG. Time between bursts increased by 33%, neck damage reduced. M16 time between bursts increased by 10%, neck damage reduced. Of course, this is the big one here, the M16, the AUG, the burst. The burst weapon meta is pretty much gone in my opinion. I think they're still very, very viable and you'll see a lot of people using them until a new meta really does rise, but it's not, you can compete with other weapons now. And down here it does say, and we are keeping a close eye on the AMAX, no king rules forever. So if you are an AMAX lover, make sure you're getting your fix now. They've done a ton of work to the barrels. And of course, most of these barrels down here, these attachments are for the M16 and AUG. Most of them are just reduced rate of fire by quite significant margins, and that's what makes the guns no longer meta in my opinion. Obviously, we had the Psychov changes earlier on. We've had some changes to lasers. They're pretty much changing a lot of these things so they work how they say on screen a lot. The magazines, there's some ADS speed penalties have been reduced, which is pretty cool for SMGs, snipers, pistols. Added Position Concealment Pro, which is up here, I probably should have gone through that. Position Concealment will reduce the time your position is visible on the compass and minimap after firing. This effect has been added as a pro on both the Flashguard and SOCOM Eliminator. Not many people will be using that in Warzone, they just won't, it really is as simple as that. Optics, they've reduced some ADS speed penalties. Rear grips, they've increased in ADS speed, they've increases to ADS speed reduced by roughly 10%, so that's an improvement. What does it say? Given the magnitude of the balance in this patch, may make some adjustments shortly after Season 3, which we quite often see. They release kind of like a mini patch about a week later or a few days later. Obviously, you've got some new operators, but this is the big one. We've adjusted Roze in order to improve the operator's readability, visibility where sources of light are available. It remains to be seen just how good that is. It's quite difficult in the night mode at the moment to judge that as well, but fingers crossed. This should be the end of the Roze meta. Of course, we do get new prestige levels for you to grind towards, and new store bundles. Like I said at the start of the video, I will be having videos out on them probably about an hour after this one goes up, and then a few hours later I'll do the other one. Just try and stagger it so you guys aren't getting overwhelmed in your subscription feed with me. With that being said, I do want to know what you think the new meta is going to be in Warzone. I have a few ideas, a few things I'm having a look at over the course of the next 48 hours, but I do want to hear your guys' thoughts as well. As always, if you did enjoy the video, give it a like, subscribe if you want to find your way back. I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.